Hello, welcome. This is John Ringer. Today we're going to talk about surfing history in the 70s, Laguna Beach, California. So we grew up in Salt Creek was the big deal, in the 1970s, 71. We had that El Nino in 69. It left this giant sandbar from the point all the way in past Gravels. It was just one long reeling left across sandbars, crystal clear blue water. And Jerry Lopez came over from Hawaii, and he was side slipping like crazy. We were so impressed by his surfing. We had a couple other surfers. Buffalo came down. Angie Reno Avalere. There were some surfers that came out to visit us at Salt Creek, and we'd pick up whatever we could see Hawaiian surf. We would keep a sharp eye on that. So we had our inside crew down there, and it was all surrounded around full subculture. It was all surrounded around Greg Chaney and David LeBon would let you keep your board at their house. And Troy West, they lived in Monarch Bay too, so you could keep your board in there, and then you used to have to get someone to call you in the gate. Oh, we had this hole in the fence. We used to hop over the gate. It was too easy. Poor Sid, the guard back then. People remember old Sid. And so Greg Chaney and his brother John Chaney, they had the freak room, which was like the furnace room of their house in Monarch Bay. And we had electric guitars, and everyone could keep their surfboards in there, And it was a wild 70s, just the end of the 60s and the beginning of the 70s. And Dave LeBon lived in Monarch Beach, Doug Brown, Mark Victor, people like this, Mike Weed and TJ, and the guys would come down from Laguna. Dave Thompson, we called him Brother, Pat Tobin, Pierre Michel. Greg Nichols was a big surf guy from Laguna. He made surfboards. I never got a free board, but my friend Doug Brown, the Roach, got a bunch of free boards from him. But I did get to ride a Diffenderfer in those days, and it really helped me out get in a good shape finally. So Laguna was the big scene. I went to Laguna High School all 4 years. My brother ran away, and he went to Maui High School. So when I ended high school, I ended up moving to Maui and becoming a full Hawaiian type guy, which we'll talk about in future editions, And I just wanted to talk about how cool it was back in the Laguna days. Everybody would always meet for sunset at Oak Street. They had the little lookout there in Thalia Street. Smoke a doobie, watch the sunset. Yeah, cool, It's just the coolest laid-back vibe. Spider Wills would be showing a movie at his house tonight. The word would get around all the surfers and the grommets. Everybody was welcome. Or Artie Brewer's going to be showing some slides tonight at his house. Those were special events, You didn't have to go. Or the women's club would be having a surf film. We'd all go and pay our dollar, whatever it was, 50 cents to get in, hoot and holler, and it was just crazy fun, It was just good, wholesome fun. And we had a real lively crew from Laguna Beach, That's the artist community. And so I became a musician and an artist because I love the arts and surfing. That's my big passion. And please, if you like this historical stuff, can you do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe, please? It would sure help me. I'm trying to get something monetized going here. I'm going to be doing all kinds of videos. But we'll be carrying on a straight history lesson through the 70s in Hawaii, how it was getting to Hawaii in the 70s, getting a job at Kahului Airport and meeting all the locals and just making friends galore over there, just having the time of my life, really. Okay? We're going to talk about that. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button for me. Thanks, guys. Bye.